Today, we are going to go over ADU regulations for the unincorporated County of San Diego and go over a quick overview of the permit process. An ADU attached to a primary dwelling may be up to 50% the size of the single-family residence, up to a maximum of 1,200 square feet. A detached ADU can be up to 1,200 square feet, regardless the size of the primary residence. All detached and attached ADUs must meet the front and exterior side yard setback, but can be 4 feet from side and rear yard setbacks. One parking space is required for ADUs, except if public transportation is available within a half a mile of the ADU. If establishment of the ADU involves a garage conversion, replacement of off-street parking for the single-family dwelling does not need to be provided. No other rooms, additions, or uses can be attached to a detached ADU except a garage or carport. If a parcel already has a guest living quarters, accessory living quarters, or an accessory apartment, an ADU is prohibited. Separate sale or ownership of an ADU is prohibited, and the ADU cannot be used or rented for less than 30 days. Please note all requirements of the building, fire, zoning, and other codes, including Department of Environmental Health for septic and wells, shall apply to the ADU. Another option is our junior accessory dwelling unit. Junior ADUs are allowed as long as they don't exceed 500 square feet. They do have to be contained entirely within the existing single-family dwelling. You are allowed to have one ADU and a JADU on a piece of property that is zoned for single-family dwelling. Separate sale or ownership of an ADU is prohibited, and it cannot be used or rented for less than 30 days. One thing to note for JADUs is that it must maintain interior communication to the single-family dwelling. And you have to provide a separate exterior entry or exit to serve the junior accessory dwelling unit. Owner occupancy is required for JADUs, and a JADU must include an efficiency kitchen. One thing to note for JADUs is that there are no additional parking requirements. If the parcel or lot is or has a multifamily complex on it, we do allow a structure or room within the existing multifamily complex that's not used as livable space, including, but not limited to, laundry room, storage room, boiler rooms, attics, basements, or garages. All of those areas could potentially be converted into multiple ADUs, up to 25% of the existing multifamily dwelling units. Up to 2 detached ADUs may be permitted per lot that has an existing multifamily complex if the detached ADUs are limited to a height of 16 feet and comply with the 4-foot rear yard and side yard setbacks. And as long as the detached ADUs are not subject to any non-conforming regulations that are already associated with the existing multifamily complex. And just note that for multifamily, we do consider a multifamily complex that has at least 2 or more independent living quarters on a single lot.
So I'm now going to talk briefly about the permitting process. And for some people, this can be daunting. And so many people would like to hire a design team to help process permit. Others are maybe like do-it-yourselfers who want to cut costs or just know what the process entails. So different decisions there early on. The first point is to know your jurisdiction. The county is made up of 18 different cities, but specific to our department, we cover the unincorporated areas of the county. This includes areas like Lakeside, Hamul, Ramona, Fallbrook, and Spring Valley. And it's important that the same codes are followed with all these different jurisdictions, but sometimes there's some difference in interpretation, or there's local amendments that are specific to these different jurisdictions. I also want to mention that we can help you before you begin this process. This isn't meant to replace your design team, but we can help and provide guidance along the way. And this can be in person as circumstances allow with COVID, over the phone or through email. One aspect of the permitting process is what we call plan check. And this is basically the process of getting your plans approved. This includes a planner check for compliance for zoning regulations, such as where can it be located and how high. It also includes a building review for checking compliance with the building codes. This has answers questions like, is the structure safe? Is it energy efficient? And one thing with ADUs is that this plan review process has been expedited for direction from the Board of Supervisors. It's been expedited and those fees are waived. We'll touch on that a little bit more later, but the review is quicker on ADUs. Another aspect of the plan check is the fire review. And some of the questions for the fire review is to consider is, does the building require sprinklers? Is there access to the site? In addition to plan check, there's also some site work that has to be considered. This includes grading, which is soil to provide access to the building, or maybe creating a building pad. There's also connecting to a municipal sewer or connecting to a septic system. Sometimes the septic system may need to be modified to accommodate an ADU. And with stormwater, it's protecting against rain runoff during construction and also not creating issues after construction. Another aspect of the permitting process are some of these fees. So there's agency fees, and these are fees that are from outside agencies, but they have a right to collect for infrastructure. This includes like water, sewer, and school districts, where they have their own requirements, but as a ADU is being processed, we require their sign off and their concurrence. Another fee is impact fees. These are fees that the county collects for county maintained infrastructure, and this includes roads, parks, storm drainage. But the nice thing about this is, per Board of Supervisor direction, these fees are also currently being waived. And another aspect of permitting overview is the building construction. So after plan check and fees are paid, the permit is issued, and this permit can be done as an owner builder or through a licensed contractor. And just like plan review, do-it-yourselfers may want to cut costs or may want to gain the experience. So owner builder is a more hands-on experience, but certainly there's some advantage of doing it as hiring a contractor. And additionally, as an owner builder, you may be required to secure workers' comp coverage. And kind of the last aspect of the permitting overview is building inspection. And this is done by a county inspector at various phases of construction. And the purpose of this is to check for compliance to the plans and to the codes, such as structural, electrical, plumbing, mechanical, and site work. And after the final inspection, you're granted the occupancy of the building and are able to occupy it. So as I mentioned, there is a fee waiver that's been introduced, and this is for all new ADUs with an existing single-family dwelling on the lot. And this fee waiver includes the permit fees, which is the plan check, permit fees and septic, and also the impact fees, traffic, park, and drainage. And this is in a 5-year trial period ending in January of 2024. But this fee waiver program does not include agency fees such as sewer, school, water, and fire. And in addition to the fee waiver program, we've also been directed to prepare plans for the public to use. These plans, they range in size from 600 square feet to 1,200 square feet. As of now, there's a total of 6 floor plans. These plans are not complete. They still require a site-specific plot plan, a stormwater plan, and energy compliance forms, as well as trust calculations. And also these plans don't include other permits depending on the site, such as grading and septic. But the use of these plans are where they can be downloaded in PDF format from our website, in small or large formats. They're designed with large restrooms with an optional roll-in shower. There's a CAD version, which is a computer-aided drafting. This is available on our website, and this is okay to be modified. So if you can either use these plans as is, or you can make modifications. And another side benefit of these plans is they can just be used simply as a guide in preparing your own custom plans. And to help you in the use of our plans on our website, we've provided a checklist and also a guidance form. And so this kind of walks you through some of the steps that are needed to help bring these plans to a full, complete set. Because again, these plans aren't complete, but and you can use them as is, modify them, or use them as a sample. But just one point of clarification, that all ADU plan checks are expedited, regardless if you use our plan or not. And the fee waiver applies to all qualifying ADUs, not just our plans. So again, you have a lot of options there. But hopefully this has answered some of the questions that you may have had with the County of San Diego and the unincorporated areas of the county. We have our contact information here on this slide. And again, we look forward to helping you and assisting you. Thank you very much.